There are many well-known sayings that circulate within the Muslim community. Sayings that are often believed to be authentic ḥadīth and are attributed to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the Imams of the Ahlul Bayt alayhim as-salam. However, when we have a closer examination of those narrations, we see that they do not exist, nor do they exist in our primary hadith collection, nor do they exist in our secondary hadith collection. In this series, I am to clarify these misconceptions by firstly introducing the statement and then debunking it and showing that these widely quoted sayings are not weak but non-existing in our hadith collection. And secondly, presenting authentic alternatives, introducing actual narrations attributed to the Prophet and the Imams that closely reflect these popular sayings within the Muslim community. With that said, we do not mean that these sayings that are very popular have no truth to it. No, they have a reality, they have a truth. It is based on logic, but we cannot falsely attribute something to the Prophet or to the Imams. We cannot say that these are hadith. What we can say is that these are sayings, these are proverbs, and so on and so forth. All right, let's delve into it. The first saying is Ḥubbul waṭan minal īmān. Ḥubbul waṭan minal īmān. The love of one's homeland is part of faith. The love of one's homeland is part of faith. You see this statement everywhere, even on the walls of major mosques in China. Ḥubbul waṭan minal īmān. Yet when we explore it, we find out that this statement does not exist in any known hadith collection. You don't have it in the Sihah or Sihah al-Sittah, in Sahih al-Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, and etc. You don't have it in Kutub al-Arba'ah, al-Kafi, man la yahduruhu al-Faqih, and so on. Az-Zurqani and Albani say that it is a proverb, not a hadith, and has no isnad. A proverb is a short, well-known saying that expresses a general truth or a piece of advice, often based on common sense or experience. Al-Ajluni, in his Kashful Khafa, volume 1, page 398, he mentions it among the common sayings that are falsely attributed to the Prophet, and confirming that it is not a hadith. And then you have Shaykh al-Bahai rahmatullah alayh. He did mention this phrase in his Kashkul, but he treated it as a wise saying, and not as a hadith. And now has the time come to present the authentic alternative to Ḥubbul waṭan minal īmān. And this saying has to do with loyalty. It has to do with loyalty. Thus, we focus on those narrations from the Prophet and the Imams which has to do with loyalty. Hence, I will introduce two narrations from Imam ʿAlī where he speaks about loyalty and the principle of loyalty, which can be applied on a wide range of things. It could be friendship, loyalty in work, loyalty in a company, loyalty in brotherhood, and loyalty to your homeland. Imam ʿAlī alayhi salam, he says in Ghurarul Hikam, La ahda liman la wafa'a lah. One who has no loyalty cannot keep a promise. La ahda liman la wafa'a lah. One who has no loyalty cannot keep a promise. Or you might want to choose this narration instead. Ashraful khalaiq al-wafa. The most honorable attribute among the creation is loyalty. Ashraful khalaiq al-wafa. The most honorable attribute among the creation is loyalty. These are alternatives which are authentic and can be attributed to the Imam.